The MilliSentials lab labeling system is an intuitive system combining laboratory-grade adaptable labels, a compact Wi-Fi printer, and a custom-developed software to streamline laboratory labeling workflows. This is the MilliSentials lab labeling system. Included in the kit are the lab printer, AC power supply and power cord, USB cable, 2 cardboard core adapters, diameters of 1 and 0.5 inches, 2 plastic core adapters, the lab printer ribbon, the lab adaptable labels, the USB flash drive, and the system quick start guide. Depending on your time of purchase, your MilliSentials lab printer may not have a touch LCD screen. All of the functions remain exactly the same, but printer setup is slightly different. If your printer does not have a touch LCD screen, please see the video at the link provided on screen, which can be found on the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System product page. If your printer has a touch LCD screen, continue with this video. You will need a computer to run the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software and to communicate and manage the printer. This computer will be referred to as the host computer or host device throughout this video and will be depicted using a purple icon. The host computer can be a Windows or Mac computer. For more information on connection options, please see Section 6 of this video. The minimum system requirements are listed here. Once the host computer is set up, you can print from other devices, including mobile devices, as long as you have a network connection. We will now install the software necessary to use the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System for both Windows and Mac host computers. If using a Windows host computer, install the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software by plugging in and navigating to the USB flash drive using File Explorer. Double-click on the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software folder. Double-click on the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software _ Windows application, and then click Run. Do not extract the file. After installation, a MilliPOR-M will appear on your desktop. If using a Mac host computer, install the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software by plugging in and navigating to the USB flash drive using File Explorer. Double-click on the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software folder, then click and drag the MilliSentials Lab Labeling System software _ Mac zip folder onto the desktop. Double-click on the zip folder. The files will extract and a MilliPOR-M will appear on the desktop. Remove the USB flash drive and continue to the next section. Here are the internal parts used to install the lab printer ribbon and lab adaptable labels. We will be referring to these parts throughout the following 2 sections. For installation of the lab printer ribbon, you will need the ribbon, taken out of the Ziploc bag but not unwrapped, the MilliSentials lab printer, the larger cardboard core adapter 1 inch in diameter, and 1 plastic core adapter. Please note that there are 2 plastic core adapters included that are exactly the same, but you will only need 1 for installation. Open the printer by pulling the release latches. Gently unwrap the clear plastic ribbon packaging, ensuring that the plastic stays adhered to the end of the ribbon. Hold the ribbon so that the zebra logo inside the ribbon core faces to the right. Orient the plastic core adapter such that the notches are on the left and slide it through the ribbon core, making sure that the ribbon is centered on the plastic core adapter. Fit the ribbon into the bottom supply spindle of the printer so that the notches line up on the left and lock into place. Hold the larger cardboard core adapter with the notches on the left. Adhere the clear plastic ribbon packaging onto the cardboard core adapter by pulling it and wrapping it underneath the cardboard core adapter such that it is centered. Wrap the excess plastic packaging around the core until the start of the ribbon is visible. With the ribbon wrapped around the cardboard core adapter, bring the cardboard core adapter over the print head and fit into the take-up spindle of the printer. so that the notches on the left lock into place. Once in place, the ribbon may be loose. Roll the take-up spindle away from you until the ribbon is secure and relatively tight. To ensure that you've installed the MilliSentials Lab Printer ribbon in the correct orientation, take a MilliSentials Lab adaptable label from the unwrapped roll and gently place the label with the adhesive side onto the exposed ribbon. Allow the label to adhere slightly to the ribbon and then remove it. If the label has black markings on the label adhesive, then the ribbon is installed correctly. If the label is blank and no black material is seen, the ribbon orientation is incorrect. Repeat this section or consult the full user guide. After installing the ribbon, you can now install the MilliSentials Lab adaptable labels. Unwrap the labels. Slide the label roll holders apart from one another, leaving enough space to put the labels in between. Place the label roll into the label roll holders, ensuring that the label roll is aligned and held securely between the roll holders. Thread the labels underneath the label guides to secure them, and pull the labels outward until they are slightly outside the printer. Close the printer. If the printer is on, it will enter Pause Request Mode and display a yellow screen. To exit Pause Request Mode, press the Pause button. When the printer exits Pause Request Mode, it will roll out 1 to 3 labels. This is normal and is part of the printer self-calibration function. Now that the ribbon and labels have been installed, it is time to connect the printer and the MilliSentials Lab labeling software. There are 3 major ways to set up and connect your printer. Option 1, Simple Kiosk, is where the host computer and printer are always connected via USB cable and no network connection is used. This setup is the quickest and easiest setup option, but does not allow wireless printing, and the host computer must stay within close proximity to the printer. To set up with this method, go to section 7 of this video. Option 2, Network Kiosk, is the setup option where the host computer and printer are always connected via USB cable, and the computer is connected to a network. This setup allows direct printing using the host computer, along with wireless printing using devices on the same network as the host computer. This setup does require a network connection, and also requires the printer to remain within close proximity of the host computer. Please note that the wireless printing requires the host computer to remain on and awake. To set up with this method, go to section 7 of this video and connect your host computer to a network. The third option is Standalone Printer, where the printer and host computer are connected to a network and no USB cable is required for printing. This setup allows printing from the host computer or any other device on the same network, and allows the printer to be in a different location than the host computer. With this setup, both the host computer and printer must be connected to a network, and the host computer must remain on and awake. To set up using this method, go to section 8 of this video. Option 2, Network Kiosk, and Option 3, Standalone Printer, both allow printing wirelessly with a network connection. If desired, the connection setup can be changed at any time. This video primarily demonstrates setup with a Windows 10 host computer. However, setup is similar for Mac devices. For additional information, consult the full user guide. Connecting your printer via USB cable is the fastest way to get set up and start printing labels. This setup does not require a network connection. In this section, we will describe how to connect using a Windows or Mac host computer. To begin, press the power button to turn on your printer. Using the USB cable, connect your printer and Windows computer. Allow a few moments for the printer drivers to install on their own. If using a Windows computer, you can test your printer connection by going to the Printers and Scanners menu. The printer name ZDesigner ZD621-300 DPI ZPL should be listed, and its status should read as idle. To begin, press the power button to turn on your printer. Using the USB cable, connect your printer and Mac computer. On your Mac computer, go to Settings and click on Printers and Scanners. Add a printer by clicking on the plus icon and select Zebra Technologies ZTC ZD621-300 DPI ZPL option, which should already be listed under Add. Choose a driver by choosing Select Software and then select Zebra ZPL Label Printer. When the installation is finished, your new printer will be green and the printer status will be described as idle. You are now ready to print. To set up Option 2, Network Kiosk, connect your host computer to your network. This will allow you to print from other devices as long as they are on the same network. For how to access and print using another device, see Section 9 of this video. This section will cover how to connect your printer to a Wi-Fi network. You may also connect using an Ethernet port. This section is appropriate for both a Windows and Mac host computer. Please note that wireless network setup is a one-time process which, depending on your company or institutional IT setup and security, may require contacting your IT administrator for help. If your IT administrator cannot be contacted immediately, we suggest using Option 1, Simple Kiosk, as an alternative. Before beginning, ensure that the printer has been installed correctly using the steps outlined in Section 7. Additionally, ensure your computer is connected to a network. Connect your computer and printer using the USB cable. To streamline connection, we will use the Connection Wizard on the touch LCD screen. From either Print Status or Printer Info under the home screen, press Wizards, and then on the introduction screen, press Connection. From here, press Start Connection to begin setup. On the Network Settings Primary Network screen, check Wi-Fi and press the checkmark symbol to continue. On the Network Settings Ports screen, press on the checkmark symbol. On the Wired IP Protocol screen, select DHCP and then press on the checkmark symbol. On the Wi-Fi Country Code screen, your country and/or region should be automatically detected and highlighted. If not, select the correct country and/or region. Press on the checkmark symbol to continue. On the Wi-Fi Security screen, scroll down and select WPA PSK and press on the checkmark symbol on the bottom right of the screen. On the Wi-Fi WPA-PSK screen, select the box labeled Pre-Shared Key and then enter the password of the Wi-Fi network you plan to use. Ensure String is highlighted in yellow. Then, press the checkmark symbol to confirm and press on the checkmark symbol again on the bottom right to continue. On the Wi-Fi band screen, select All and press on the checkmark symbol on the bottom right. On the Wi-Fi ESSID screen, select the box labeled ESSID and then enter the name of your network. Press on the checkmark symbol to confirm and press on the checkmark symbol again to continue. On the Bluetooth On/Off screen, choose whether you would like the printer's Bluetooth function to be on or off. This is an optional selection. In this video, we will select Off and we'll continue with the setup. The Connection Wizard may be revisited at any time and connection preferences, including Bluetooth, may be changed. After these steps, your printer will load the proper settings based off of the information provided. This may take a minute or two. Once it has made a successful connection, the network indicator light will turn from red to green. If the system has been set up correctly, an IP address will be displayed on the home screen under Printer Info. If you do not get an IP address, the printer is not connected to your network. Repeat the connection wizard process, making sure that all information is entered correctly. If you still experience issues with connecting, consult the troubleshooting guide and contact your IT administrator. You may disconnect the USB cable. You are ready to print wirelessly. To use the MilliSentials lab labeling system software, the host computer must have the software installed and the printer must be properly set up using either a USB cable or a network connection. To begin, double-click on the MilliSentials lab labeling system software icon on the host computer. If it is the first time the software is launched, then a short information walkthrough will begin. The walkthrough provides a general overview of the system and reviews the basic functions of the software. This overview can be accessed again anytime from the Settings menu. Once you have completed the walkthrough, you will enter the Quick Print tab. On the top right of the screen, you should see a printer icon outlined in red. This indicates that the printer has not yet been connected to the software. In order to connect the printer for the first time, you will need to sign up and create a user profile. Please note that setting up the printer in the software is only required once if the computer remains on and the printer setup remains the same. From the Quick Print tab of the software, click Log In at the bottom right-hand corner and then Sign Up to create a user profile. Once you have created your profile, the Quick Print tab will appear again. The sidebar menu in the upper left-hand corner of the Quick Print tab is now available. For a host computer connected via USB cable, click on the sidebar menu and go to Settings. Select your printer name and press Update. Go back to the sidebar menu and click on Print to go back to the Quick Print tab. The printer icon will turn green. For a printer connected to a network and displaying an IP address, click on the sidebar menu and go to Settings. Select Network Printer and on the line, type in the IP address exactly how it appears on your printer, including the periods. Press Update. Click on the sidebar menu and select Print to go back to the Quick Print tab. The printer icon will turn green. From now on, your connection will be saved across all user profiles, whether the users are logged in or not. The MilliSentials lab labeling system has been designed to allow wireless printing in the laboratory from Windows, Mac, Android, and iOS devices on the same network as the printer and host computer. Printing from these other devices is facilitated by typing in the IP address of the host computer into a browser and does not require additional installations. In order to print wirelessly, you will need the host computer connected to a network and connected to the printer. First, connect your host computer to a network, ensuring that the MilliSentials lab labeling system software is open and that it displays a green printer icon. Find the IP address of your host computer, not your printer. For a Windows computer, go to the bottom right-hand corner of your desktop and click on the wireless connection icon. Navigate to the wireless network that you are connected to and click on Properties. Scroll down to find the IPv4 address. This is the IP address of your host computer. For a Mac computer, go to the upper right-hand corner of your desktop and click on the wireless connection icon. Go to Open Network Preferences, and the IP address will be listed on the pop-up screen. Once you have the IP address of your host computer, open a browser on the new device you would like to print from, and enter that IP address in the browser search bar. The MilliSentials lab labeling system software will appear on your new device, and you can print as normal. For more details about printing wirelessly using other types of devices, consult the full user guide. The MilliSentials lab adaptable labels are custom designed to have 2 horizontal perforations, which split one full-sized label into 3 smaller-sized labels. These perforations were designed to allow you to customize your label size and number of lines of text to the laboratory vessel that you are using. There are 4 major label formats available in the software: 0.5 to 0.6 mil format, 1 to 2 mil format, plate/dish format, and 5 mil plus format. Each of these formats has a version with smaller font size and a version with a larger font size, each with a different number of lines of text available. For the 0.5 to 0.6 mil format, 1/3 of a label fits on one 0.5 to 0.6 mil tube, meaning that one full-sized label will print 3 small labels for 3 0.5 to 0.6 mil vessels. Choose from 2 or 3-line formats. The 3-line format for 0.5 to 0.6 mil tubes is the default format in the MilliSentials lab labeling system software. For the 1 to 2 mil format, use the bottom 2/3 of the label and remove the top portion to fit on one 1 to 2 mil vessel. Choose from 4 or 6-line formats. For the plate/dish format, use 1/3 of a label, meaning that one full-sized label will print 3 smaller labels for 3 plates or dishes. Choose from 2 or 3-line formats. For the 5 mil plus format, use the full-sized label on tubes and other vessels with volumes greater than 5 mil. Choose from 6 or 9-line formats. For more information about label formats and label technical properties, including temperature resistance and chemical compatibility, consult the full user guide. In this example, we will print a single label for a 0.5 to 0.6 mil tube using the Quick Print features of the software. Quick Print is the quickest way to print small numbers of labels. Before starting, ensure your printer is connected and that the printer icon is green. If you are not already on the Quick Print tab, click on the Quick Print tab. The first step is to choose the vessel format appropriate for the vessel type that you are labeling. To do this, click on the blue 0.5 to 0.6 mil button to choose from the different vessel formats and font sizes described in the previous section. Once you have chosen a desired vessel format, click on it, and the software will return to the Quick Print tab. Below the vessel format selection button is the label preview, which displays how the label will be printed. Label perforations are displayed on the preview as dotted lines. To begin entering information, click on one of the light blue label fields. The Configure Label Line menu will appear after clicking on any label field. Here, there are several options to choose from to enter information onto your label lines. In this example, we will use the fixed value, print date, and user initials formats. For detailed information on all options available under the Configure Label Line menu, consult the full user guide or first-time user guide under the Settings menu. Click on Fixed Value to enter text directly and press Save. The text you typed will appear in the label preview. Click on the second field and enter Print Date, and click Save. The date will automatically populate in the label field and preview. Click on the third field and enter User Initials. Your initials will populate based on your user profile information. For a particular vessel size, your characters are limited to accommodate the size of the vessel you are using. For more information on character limits, consult the full user guide. Once your label is populated, press Print to print your label. To make a new label for a different type of vessel, simply click on Clear All and then make a new vessel selection. If this is a label that is printed all the time, then we suggest saving it as a template. After you've populated your label, go to the Template tab and enter a name for your label. Toggle Share if you want to allow other users to access and print this label. Then click Save. Your label can be accessed and printed at any time by clicking on the My Templates icon on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. If your template is shared, any user, logged in or not, can access it by clicking on the Shared Templates icon in the bottom center part of the screen. For more information on template building, refer to the full user guide. For printing a large quantity of labels, we suggest creating a spreadsheet to print from. Arrange your spreadsheet so that every row represents a separate label and that every column represents information within that label. The column headers in row 1 are not printed by the software, thus, rename your columns so that you can identify them easier. Save your spreadsheet as a CSV file format. In the software, click on the Spreadsheet tab. Then, click in the center box on the Spreadsheet tab to open your file navigator. Navigate to your CSV file and click Open. Your spreadsheet will preview in the Spreadsheet tab. Here, you may select individual rows that you want to print by checking on the boxes on the left. For example, to print 2 labels, check on 2 rows on the spreadsheet. Once the spreadsheet is loaded, return to the Quick Print tab, select a vessel format, and click on any label field to start entering your information. You will notice that Spreadsheet will appear as an option in the Configure Label Line menu. Click on Spreadsheet and then on a column header to populate that label line with data from your spreadsheet. When finished, press Print. For more information about the system and the software, consult the full user guide. The MilliSentials lab labeling system provides a ready-to-go, intuitive, lab-based system to streamline your labeling workflows.